You're tuned in to Spiritual Vibration with Sister P.
Greetings. A blessed good morning to you and welcome to Styles FM Radio 96.1 and 96.7, coming to you from Port Antonio, Portland, Jamaica. This is the Spiritual Vibrations program. My name is Sister P, Engineer Cassidy, and together we'll be with you until 1 o'clock. Yes, give thanks. Jah love it is like a burning fire. Jah love is what keeps me keeping on. Give thanks for life, as usual, because I'm here, you're there. I'd like to welcome all listeners on 96.1, 96.7, and those of you on the internet at www.stylesfm.com. Also like to welcome all of you on different social media and on Facebook. Welcome also to all first-time listeners and to all visitors to our island. To participate in the program, you may text or call 453-1444. Area code for Jamaica is 876, so if you're out of Jamaica, the number would be 876-453-1444. For those of you in the USA and in Canada, we have a special line for you, area code 954-338-7973. There's also Styles on the go in the US. The area code is 213. The number is 992-4360. In the UK, the number is 033-0010-3322. You may also find us on YouTube at Styles FM Radio. Follow us on Instagram at Styles FM, Twitter at Styles FM 961, Facebook, Styles FM 96.1 fan page. words of inspiration for today. A simple truth. It's impossible to be depressed when you take action. Ideas without labor are stillborn. Interesting. One of the things that we can do to help the poor is definitely not to become one of them. Stop sweating the small stuff, because 100 years from now, no one will care. A winner says, let's find out. A loser says, nobody knows. Life is a persistent teacher. It will keep repeating lessons until we learn. Sickness is the ultimate wake-up call. Winning requires shifting your emphasis from want power to willpower. I'm going to be assertive, if that's okay with you. Hope it is okay with you. Yes, I'm going to be assertive, if that's okay with you. If you will live as though every day were your last day on earth, someday you will be right. And if you want to know what your true beliefs are, take a look at your actions. So true.
We've got life, we've got love. I'm the questioning, where do all these things come from? Oh, nobody knows. We are living in this world, it's turning around, but we don't know how it happens. The world is turning around, but we don't know how. Only God let him be praised. Wherever you are, whatever you need to do, praise it's the place. Now who's on the God? Praise the Lord. I say praise. This world is turning around, but we don't know how. The world is turning around, but we don't know how it happens. Oh, la, la. We've got the wind that blows every day.
You're tuned in to Spiritual Vibration with Sister P.
Remember Styles FM on social media. View us on YouTube, Styles FM Radio. Follow us on Instagram at Styles FM. Like us on Twitter at Styles FM 961. Become a fan on Facebook, Styles FM 96.1.
Portlanders, Akan Auto Technology, located at 33 Bombra Crescent, Port Antonio. Visit us for all your auto repair and servicing. We offer computerized wheel alignment, computerized wheel balancing, suspension checks, AC repair, inspection, and all your auto repair needs. For complete auto repair and service, visit or call Akan Auto Technology today at 715-5205. And remember, we are located at 33 Bombra Crescent.
Thursday frame, Styles FM 96.1. Even the 96.7 FM, you don't know the thing, but every Thursday 5 to 9 p.m. You don't know the thing. Pull up, I want them on the rest of them. World best, and stuff on the app.
Planning a party, club night out, stage show, a gospel concert, or even a business sales event? Let Styles FM be a part of your promoting tool. Take advantage of our low-priced promotion packages with commercials, interviews, giveaways, reviews, and much more. We have special offers when you mix and match and bundle your options. Contact us at 876-286-9216 or 439-5160. Styles FM for the most effective way to exploit your marketing dollar.
You're tuned in to Spiritual Vibration, Styles FM 96.1 with Sister P. It's styly, it's fiery. Jennifer Barrett said that. You're tuned in to Spiritual Vibration with Sister P.
Yes, I'd like to say a blessed good morning to my brethren, Ever Read. Ever sort of panic this morning because Ever saw me turn on 9 o'clock. But of course, you know that the time change. And it's just to show people, because we always have this thing about which day is the Sabbath and which day is not the Sabbath. It's man make the days, man make time, man keep track of time. So it have no sense of it that they argue about who is right and who is wrong. Man change time when them feel like change time. Every day, as I always say, every day is Monday. Every day is the same day. It's just who decide that when they make the thing and then decide which day is the first day and which day is the seventh day. So all of this is unnecessary. I would like to say blessed good morning to Denise and Anna Kane Cornwall Barracks, and Taria over here says, Sister P, good morning. I'm here to learn. Okay, by the way, Cassidy, Eva did say good morning to you also. And good to know that you're up. Well, Peter, I guess because of the time change, you can you're up early. Things that we want to talk about this morning. I kind of realized something here recently. We keep bragging about the girls doing so well in the universities and the girls doing so well in school. You know what I found out? That parents are not taking boys' education serious. So then it is not surprising that there are more females. And you keep hearing about the boy picking them get too much trouble, the boy picking them this, the boy picking them that. Do you know that I get along much better with the boy picking them, what them say is at risk and all kind of something than I do with the girls? And then why is it that when you go to West Africa, the boys are the ones that are excelling? I think we need to look at this. You go into families, you look at families, all the girls can read, the boys can't read. There needs to be a social shift. I'm also watching the situation in Ferguson in the United States, where 2 policemen got shot this morning. There is this myth out there. It's a myth that it was Dr. Martin Luther King and these people who were these non-violent that made the change in the United States. You see, the time with the Panthers and Malcolm X, there was so much going on that America had no choice but to make a change. I've invited Iman Black for us to discuss this because he was in America at the same time back in the 60s as I was. And who we see getting a lot of this credit now? No. It's the same thing with the abolition of slavery, where the plantation owners their crops were being destroyed. All of this was happening. They didn't have a choice. They had to give up. And I am not saying that violence is the answer. Revolution for me is the answer. But revolution can come in many, many ways. Because right now in Jamaica, we need to have a revolution against illiteracy. Because to me, illiteracy is Jamaica's #1 problem. You are illiterate and you will judge myself or someone else based on your illiteracy, and that becomes fact to you because you don't even know that you are illiterate and that your thinking process is zero. Now, interesting article in the paper this morning. You know, recently I was accused of burning too much fire on politicians. So how about when a politician burn fire on them own? On them own. I don't even know where Sandra there, because Sandra, she morning time listen to me. Sandra is the administrator in the office here. And she come in like when she ready to set me on and rile me up, So, Cassidy, I'm going for her. Just play little music there for me. Yeah, so I should step in this morning. She said, I don't really see nothing this week for while me up. She said she not see nothing because when she watched the news, she called me. She said, Sister P, you see that? You see what going on in the country? So me I go while her up this morning now. So, Sandra.
Yes.
Mr. Christopher Tufton, who is we know, high-profile Jamaica Labour Party. He was a former cabinet minister.
Mm-hmm.
You know what him said today? You know what him said in the paper today?
What him say now?
Politicians in Jamaica today are not the best role models. That's what he said.
Then him for so Sister P.
Then here
So he's what? He's a politician, So he's saying he's not a good role model.
And then he went on to say, I don't want any of you. He was speaking at a young people's thing there in Manchester. And then he says, I don't want any of you young people to grow up and to conduct yourself in a manner that unfortunately some of us have been doing, particularly in the most recent times. Can you imagine that?
I admire him for making that observation.
But we have to.
But because I have been very disappointed on the way they have been conducting themselves in cabinet, like some little pitney on the playground.
And here when they said, we haven't set the example that we need to for people like yourselves, this is the young people, and in a sense, we have almost become a part of those who would prefer to engage in deviant behavior. It's something that we need to change. If it helps, I need to say to all of you here today that I am sorry about that.
He needs to make that speech in cabinet.
He needs to make it, and I think he needs to go on a loudspeaker and go all the way around Jamaica.
Mm-hmm. But I think first he needs to say it in front of his colleagues on both sides of the aisle. He needs to stand up and say it.
Yeah, he apologized to the young people for what he said was the poor example being set by politicians. Yeah, he apologized to these young people.
So you think him a plan to resign?
I don't know. Well, him have a choice. Him can either clean up the politics or him can do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
he's actually apologizing to the young people for what he said was the poor example being set by politicians.
After being a part of it
all
for many
of you
years.
out there who feel that me burn politician too much, and you see, it's thinkless and have no thought pattern of our own, because anytime anybody say nothing about government, and I feel say that everybody is followers like we're
Or
always
anti the party there.
Yes.
Yeah.
That we can only think. I wear orange, I wear green, I wear them together, I wear them anytime, to bed, anywhere.
All blue too, and blue was
And purple and every other color.
Every color.
Because guess what? It's the creator me I deal with. We're not following nobody blindly. And since these people, they are not thinking the way that I think, why would I want to go and follow them? I'm not a follower. I'm not a leader. I'm a person. I'm an independent thinker. Give thanks that I have a brain to think. But yesterday, if a politician could apologize to young people for what he said was the poor example being set by politicians, so what am I to do?
Did that come on the news?
It is in today's Observer.
I wonder what time he did it, because I remember seeing that on the news,
I didn't. Well, no, I didn't
maybe
see
if
it
it
on
was
the
a fracas in Parliament, it would be a 5-10 minute feature, being repeated over and over and being the bite of the week. Don't it, Jacko? Yeah. When them one man up on the other side, I call the other man names and all of them something there, it is headline news.
Because guess what? They are catering to the illiterate. That's what the problem is. They are catering
Sister
to the
Pina, but I
illiterate.
start with the illiterate, because when one politician come talk about how many people, or how many Jamaicans go on social media sites and then something like them, I put we don't like, so we not technology, we not have the tech in mind.
We're technology challenged.
Yes, it upset
We're
me.
idiot.
At some time it upset me, but anyway, because them alone know how to go on the social media sites.
Thank you very much, Sandra. At least me get you while up here. We work hard today. Yeah, you think it's me one? I know me one, I know me one, because I always come upon Sandra, because when she watching news, and the thing hot, she have to call me right away. She says, Sister Pia, you one, me can't talk about these things. Yes. And there's a subject that I got onto the other day, and I really want to deal with this subject. Because it is an article that was by a gentleman named Phil Zuckerman, and he's of Pitzer College. And it is entitled Atheism, Secularity and Well-Being: How the Findings of Social Science Counter Negative Stereotypes and Assumptions. And this is to do with this whole thing about religion. Okay? Because what they have found out of the top 50 safest cities in the world, nearly all are in relatively non-religious countries. There is a correlation with religion and crime. Even in the United States, the states with the highest murder rates tend to be the highly religious, such as Louisiana and Alabama. But states like Vermont and Oregon, which basically, those people are sort of alternative people, they have the lowest murder rates. And this goes straight across the world. Straight across the world. Now, if we look at our situation here in Jamaica, where I think they say we have something like the most churches per square mile, and relate that to our crime situation, you see that definitely there is a relationship there. And I think it is because people can get out there. We have this thing. I am this one. I'm a Sabbath person. So I am more right than you, the Sunday one. Or I'm the Sunday one. I'm more right than you, the Sabbath one. I am a Christian and you are not, so I am more holy than you. I am more godly than you. And I think it has to do with this thing about figuring that you can do anything. You do anything, and then what you do now is that you go kneel down, shut your eye, and say you're praying to God and ask for forgiveness. Where in societies that don't have all of this religion, what people do is take responsibility for their behavior. That's what they do. They take responsibility for their behavior. So there is a definite relationship with this over-religious business and crime. You can look up the study and find it for yourself. It's done by Phil Zuckerman of Pitzer College. Very interesting. It goes on even to talk about even things like marriage and family. Same thing you find that's in the areas where people are not as religious. Marriages there seems to be less divorces. So, as I said, very interesting, and I'm sure that we can identify that because Jamaica is a prime example with all the churches, all of this so-called religion, because people still don't understand that religion and spirituality are two different things. Spirituality, you take responsibility for your actions. You don't blame it on the devil. And then after you blame it on the devil or who obey you, or when you do all kind of manners of evil, give your husband bun, give your wife bun, give your man bun, put your picnic out for prostitute, for lunch money, all of these things. And then you go to church and then you become a holy roller and you are more perfect than the person